Good morning from Lynchburg, Tennessee, home of Jack Daniels. We're here today for Miss Mary Bobo's Distillery tour, and we're going to swing by the Gravesite as well. So join us for an awesome day here in Lynchburg, and we're going to make a trip by the Squire house. I don't know if we can film in the Squire house, but we'll definitely show you the Squire parking, and we'll show you whatever gift they give us this time for the Squires. But with that being said, let's head over to Miss Mary Bobo's and grab some lunch. We are going to start the day off with lunch at none other than the Miss Mary Bobo's restaurant. You possibly could walk in, but I highly recommend either calling or going on the website for reservations, because you may not be able to get a spot. You could always try it, but I definitely say getting the reservations is the best way to go. This is the old boarding house here. Beautiful, well maintained. You got the Jack Daniels rocking chairs on the front porch. And here's the menu today. Oh, roast beef and gravy, fried chicken, okra, candied apples, pinto beans, broccoli rice casserole, stewed red potatoes, slaw, and pecan pie. That sounds like a good menu today. We have checked in and we are in the parks room today. Just going to show you real quick. There's a trolley room right here. Just show you real quick what it looks like. So you go in these little boarding rooms. You have fireplace. You have the table here with the Lazy Susan. It's just a nice setup in here. Can't wait. That's all the rooms will look like this or similar. Some have some square tables to them, and some have some round that we've seen. But this is pretty much an idea of where you'll be eating at and everything. And this one connects to the next room there, which does have the kind of square table over there. But we're waiting for our room now. Parks room, which is upstairs. Coming up the stairs here, you have a few more rooms. The Parks room is what we're in. There's an office here, elevators in the back, and the Motlow room is here, also with a square table in it. And they have not rang the dinner bell yet. They'll ring the dinner bell soon. Hey, Dad. And here's the Parks room right here. So we'll be in this long table right here. Oh, it's ice cold in here. I love that. And then we'll be at this table right here. Fireplace over there. You can see the windows already falling over. They keep it nice and cool in here. But we'll be at this table very soon. Meet some new friends and eat some great food. When you come out the main house to the back of these little rooms here, there's an Evans room here. And these are all the little rooms you eat inside. Jasper room. Restrooms are right back here to the right. And then you got the kitchen back in the very back. So they have a nice gift shop you can wait in. It gets a little bit crowded here as everybody's waiting for the tables, for the home decor. You name it, they have it here probably. There's no such thing as too much butter. If you ate today, thank a farmer. You have a little towel for your stove right here, a little dish towel. Miss Mary Bobo's on it with the boarding house there. It's really nice. It's all your home decor and everything. And then you got another room over here. I am sorry for the thing that said when I was hungry. Wash your hands, say your prayers, because Jesus and germs are everywhere. This is more of the same thing here, where you check out up here. There's a little stuff that was there, but it's a nice little gift shop in here. We are waiting for the dinner bell to be rang. As you can hear, it's a loud crowd in here. Everybody's out here waiting for our tables. There's that again. And we're gonna go upstairs here in a minute once they ring that bell. So they should be ringing the bell here any minute now.
We want to welcome everyone to Miss Mary Bobo's today. We are so glad to have y'all join us. When I call the name of your dining room, please follow your host or hostess.
Let's look at the food right here. It's got the potatoes right there, some pintos, the coleslaw, the fried chicken, cornbread with a butter on top, okra, the broccoli rice casserole, the pot roast, and that's the Jack Daniels apples right there. So there's a look at all the food. It looks so good here. For dessert, we have pecan pie and coffee. And this whipped cream has Jack Daniels infused in it. So it looks like another great end to the meal here. Miss Mary Bobo's has a freshwater spring here, the Roundtree Spring and Cistern. There's a little bit of information about it right there. As you know, whiskey making involves freshwater. So on the Jack Daniels Distillery over there, you'll see some freshwater springs as well. There's all it is, the fresh water down there at the bottom. It's a little bit low right now, but I still need to see a freshwater spring here. The Roundtree Spring and Cistern. We are full. Miss Mary Bobo's is checked off the list for today. Wow, that's all I can say. So for Dad and I, it was about $66 total. you don't actually have to tip, but I do recommend it. The tip here is pretty unique because they have the people who get the scholarships from Jack Daniels. They actually come here and work too, because they're all locals. So Jack Daniels will pay for the college through scholarships, and they'll come work here as well and do different jobs and things like that, like waiting the tables or bringing food out, things like that. So the tips here, 100% goes to the college students on scholarship. So it goes to a really good cause. But yeah, with tip, it was, it's pushing a little bit, almost about 80, I guess over $80 with tip. But the food is amazing. The storytelling is amazing. Now we only filmed the food real quick just to show you that, but they have a whole unique story, tell you all about the boarding house and Miss Mary Bobo's history and history of Jack Daniels. You guys personal questions of your host. It's just such a great entertaining time in there, and you get to meet some new friends and people and get to talk for a little bit. And oh man, I am so full, but the food there was just so good. It comes with sweet tea, water, unsweet tea, and coffee with your dessert as well. And that dessert was so good. I'll start with dessert. You're eating those Tennessee whiskey apples, and you're like, that's a great dessert. But then they're like, oh, what did they say? We got pecan pie. So it's like a second great ending. And the pecan pie was fantastic. It takes a little bit of the Jack Daniels and the whipped cream, but not much. Coffee was very good coffee. And on the food wise, the apples I'm talking about, it's almost like your end of your meal dessert, but it's concluded, with your vegetable choices. They do okra and apples pretty much every day except for the holiday. In the month of November, they'll do a Tennessee honey. Was it yams or sweet potatoes? Sweet potatoes with Tennessee honey. But right now they have the apples with the Jack Daniels. Now I'll tell you something. The Jack Daniels apples, and a lot of times people say when you cook with it, it cooks the alcohol out. You get a little bit flavored. That is very true. That is not true here. They warn you ahead of time. They are cooked like normal apples, super soft, very good apples. And then they're just soaked in straight Jack Daniels, and they're not cooked out. So when you eat those, I mean, your throat will burn if you get a big old apple. So that's how strong it is. It's just no Old No. 7 poured in there, soaked in it. You just taste that whiskey straight on. So if you're not a whiskey fan, probably skip the apples, but I say I should definitely try one. That was some of the best pot roast, fried chicken, and okra that I've ever had. The coleslaw was good, pinto beans were good, broccoli rice casserole was good, the cornbread was good, nothing was bad. I hope I didn't miss anything. I think the potatoes were good, like new potatoes kind of, they were good. But that pot roast had a little bit of that fat rendered in there, and just super soft and tender, and it was just a really good pot roast. The okra almost tastes like I had the same kind of batter as the chicken, fried chicken on there. And it was just good, a little salty, but not too salty, and just, it was amazing. And the fried chicken was just perfectly fried chicken. I'm not even kidding. That was easily, if not top 3, some of the best I ever had. Fried chicken, okra, and pot roast. It is 100% worth the money. I know sometimes you may come to tourist towns like this and think like, is it really worth $33 a person with tax plus tip on top of that? If you want a tip, I recommend you do, because those are college kids. 100% worth it. I will be trying to make a journey to include this more on our trips to Jack Daniels Distillery. So Dad and I go at least once or twice a year, I feel like. So we'll try to include Miss Mary Bobo's at least once a year. Probably coming back in November for their holiday feast. We're going to have turkey or chicken and dressing, country ham, Tennessee honey, sweet potatoes. Oh, yeah, we come back for that. Yes. Food was fantastic. Go to Miss Mary Bobo's. Our next stop is the cemetery. We're here to see Jack Daniels' gravesite. But I just want to show you this real quick. The trash cans are old whiskey barrels. That's a nice touch here. And then walking down, there's Dad over there. Dad and I are out here enjoying a day at Lynchburg. And we come down here maybe at least once or twice a year, I feel like, to Jack Daniels. But here is the gravesite. There's 2 chairs out front. A lot of people come out here and sit in those chairs, look at their photo made. This whole little section here is all Daniel. So you see Daniel right there as you walk in. Dick Daniel there. Irene Motlow Daniel. Motlow is famous around here as well. John T. Daniel. And then walking back over here is the famous Jack Daniel. And you'll hear it probably on the tour today. Jack Daniel, of course, sadly died of the infection gangrene. He kicked the safe. He came into work early one morning, kicked the safe, and Eventually led to gangrene, and then eventually had to have his toe amputated, I believe, and then had his leg amputated below the knee, I believe, and eventually the whole leg, and then eventually passed away. As they tell you, the moral of the story is, not actually not kicking safes, although we don't recommend kicking safes, is don't come to work early. That's the moral of the story. But 2 chairs you can sit out here, right in front of Jack Daniel grave. What's a beautiful cemetery out here. And the distillery is actually right over there. If you look here, I'll zoom in for you real quick. A little bit more. That's when the barrel house is right there. Another gravestone that really ties to Jack Daniels is Lem Motlow. And so this 1869 and 1947, when Jack Daniels passed away, his nephew is the one that he gave the distillery to. So he ran the distillery after Jack Daniels. So that's an interesting little fact there. And Jack Daniels' gravesite, it's just over there, those 2 chairs are. And here was, I guess they call it the owner of the Jack Daniels Distillery after Mr. Jack passed away. So this is one of the gravestones out here. And I know I'm pointing out just this one, but there is a ton of history out here. So if you actually spent some time out here, you got the Bobos out here. People relate to probably Miss Mary Bobo, and I think Jack was her husband. And there's a lot of Motlow graves out here. So you can really spend some time out here and research and do some history. We have made it to the distillery now, which will be our last stop for the day. Before we head to the distillery, we're gonna head on into the Squire house. If you didn't know, and you are a Squire, they have Squire parking for you. This is where we normally park at. This is the motorcycle and handicap lot that's right in front of the distillery. And over there back behind us is the main parking lot over there we can park at. But they have Squire parking over here. So you can park here for your distillery stay, or your distillery tour, and the Squire house, which is right over there. So we're gonna head to the Squire house. I don't think we can film inside there, but we'll show you if we get emerged in our free gift they give us. But we're back home in our Squire parking, heading up to the Squire house. You know you're heading the right way when you see the gate with our Squire Association logo on it. A little sign there, welcome Squires, and I'll show you the outside of the house, and then we'll show you the gift. Back behind there, some new tasting rooms they've been building. So that was like a big lawn back there. Those tasting rooms are part of a tour you can do where you just go and taste Jack Daniels. This looks a lot like the Miss Mary Bobo's done it, the boarding house. We are in the Squire house right now. This big old leather chair right here. Squire house will be more of a surprise for you if you ever come. So you can see a little bit behind us, but this is the Squire gift right now. Tennessee Squire 2024. It's a heavy glass. It's really nice. And then on the back side, raise your glass high, your spirits higher, your friends highest. Here's to our Squire friends. That's a nice little Squire glass gift this year. And then they also have some old shot glasses left from actually 2021. So we got a little shot glass there, Tennessee Squire Association 2021. I may already have one of these at the house, but hey, I'll take an extra shot glass. Yeah, pretty cool. So we're just gonna hang out here about maybe 15-20 minutes or so, and then head on over to our tour. And yeah, I just love hanging out in this little room here. It's just nice. There's a little sneak peek. You kind of see a little bit of the Squire area in here, but I just love it in this room here. Very cool, very quiet, private restroom. Just a nice place to kind of relax before we go on your tour. There was a little glimpse of the Squire house. Always fun to sit in there and talk for a while. And it's always great to go there before the tours. You always meet some great people in there and just have a great conversation with the staff. It's always fun to be in there. And we're head up to the main distillery now to do the dry tour today. And we'll show you a little bit of that. And yeah, just kind of hang out with Jack Daniels for the rest of the day. So looking forward to it. Hot day, plenty of water, but love that Squire house. Now we're almost to the distillery, just a few feet ahead of us here. Heading into the famous distillery. Dad and I and our whole family spent a lot of time out in these chairs out here, in these rocking chairs. This is something my grandma and grandpa used to really enjoy as well. Just coming out here to these chairs and just sitting out here in the breeze and taking a little rocking chair for the day, and enjoyed it. And this is something new right here. You can get a lemonade or a Jack and Coke frozen on your tour for just $10. It is busy in here. This is a really nice entrance kind of welcome center in here. A little bit hard to show everything today, but if you look along the edges here, You see all this information here, like there's the Silver Cornet van, there's an awesome bottle they have there, and there's the Bell Lincoln, and we're doing the Dry County tour today. So there it is right there, Dry County tour. Got our little Squire sticker right there, and it's just a really cool place there. Statue of Jack right there, and they also will show you the White Rabbit Bottle Saloon when we leave here. That's over there to the left of the gift shop. But there's the statue of Jack right there. Such a beautiful place in here. And this is their new bonded, or newer bonded whiskeys right here. This came out 2022, maybe 2021, not sure. I love those bonded bottles right there. Maybe buy one of those today for my bottle collection. And there's all about the process, the mellowing, the brewing, all that. This is some of their older bottles here. There's a lot of history right here. And then the Jack Daniels Lynchburg Hardware and General Store truck. Great photo op spot right over here. The barrel house is right
gallons
here.
per barrel, over 1 million gallons of Jack Daniels in the barrel house right over here. All of our barrel houses look pretty similar, around 7 floors tall. Each one of them not air conditioned. We let Mother Nature dictate how long it'll take for a barrel whiskey to mature. We say 4 to 7 years. Now this is actually one of our smaller barrel houses. It's got a barrel house of 40,000 barrels up to 60,000 barrels. We have 96 total barrel houses here. Jack plans to build a couple more in the next couple of years.
Now this is something new since the last time we've come here. And this is where you get the Jack and Coke slushy or the lemonade with Jack in it. And so you pay for that with your tour up front. I think it was $10 a piece, I believe. And then you give you a little wristband. And on your tour, you pick it up right here. And you can drink it. See some people over there have them in their hand now. But you can drink your Jack and Coke slushy or your lemonade slushy on the tour. We're going to this little room right here. I've never been in this room before. Usually we go straight over to that brickyard there and show that room there. We've never seen this room before. This is interesting. This is a room they don't normally show on the tour. We get to take a look at in this tour today. It's all kinds of charcoal in here and everything. Look at these. This is for their charcoal mellowing process right there. Oh, it smells good in here. It smells really good in here. So what we're going to do today is write our name on the wall. Got a piece of charcoal right there. We're going to take it over here. We're going to write our name on the wall. You see a lot of people have done this before here. So we're going to find a spot over here. Let's see. There's like no spots to write anymore, but I'll put a little N, O, T, G. N-O-T-G with a non-perfect N there.
Stacks of wood that we have around the rick yard. The term rick is any measurement of wood. Sugar maple, of course, is the wood species. 4 stacks under the hood, straight ahead of us right there. Then to start a fire, besides using a flame match or torch, what else do you think they used to start that fire, guys?
Whiskey.
I knew this was a smart crew right here. Red can right over here to my left says whiskey production. That's what they use. So take that spray can, spray the inside of those ricks, light a match, get the fire started. Tricky part of making the charcoal is putting out the fire at the right time. It takes about 1.5 hours to 2 hours for 4 stacks to burn on down. You're going to douse out the pile of charcoal with water. You're going to have larger chunks of charcoal afterwards. You're going to take those large chunks, send them to the charcoal crushing area, the building we were just in. You're going to crush it on down to a smaller pea-sized graph of consistency. Allows us to pack our charcoal melting vats 10 feet deep in the charcoal. Allows the alcohol or whiskey to travel through a little bit easier. It takes up to 2 days for 1 drop of alcohol to make its way through the 10 feet of charcoal. Again, later in the tour, I'll show you guys that process. We'll discuss what that does for whiskey. Any questions about how we make our charcoal, y'all?
A little photo op you can do here is sit in Darren and Tracy's chairs. And this is where they rock it every day when they light the fires over here and make charcoal. So they actually light the fires, sit back, and relax for a little bit in these chairs. And you are welcome to get a photo op right here in those chairs if you like. So this here is the cave that has the natural Tennessee limestone. This limestone takes the iron out of the water. And so this is the natural spring that comes through that serves all the water for Jack Daniels. It's 56 degrees year round, they said here. So it feels amazing right now, which is so neat to see, like no purification, no nothing, just the limestone. Just takes all the iron out of the water. That's just such a neat little fact there, a cool little place back here. And it feels absolutely amazing back here. One of our favorite photo op spots. Dad and I have probably a dozen photos from here. It's with the statue here, Mr. Jack himself. I'll walk over and show you the front of him. So Jack on the Rocks is what they call it. So there's Jack on the rocks right in front of the cave back there. My dad and I probably got at least a dozen photos right here of Jack on the rocks. There's Jack Daniels' office right here. This is the famous safe where he kicked it. This is at work early that day, which ultimately led to his sad death. Always sad to see that happen. And there's a lot of rooms in here as well. There's a lot of history in this house here. In this room here.
So
all the master distillers over here. Pictures of all the master distillers. And some of the corn and barley and rye.
Ground floor was kind of like family friends. A couple of the sons' voters went to school.
Jack Daniels Distillery, Motlow, Proctor located. We're going to head back in here for the safe story in 1 second with the story about the safe right there.
Jack needed him to punch one day in 1905 and he forgot how to open up the safe. He tried it several times, he couldn't open it. He got mad and frustrated. He ended up kicking the safe with his left foot and ended up breaking his left toe in the process. Now typically us guys, when we hurt ourselves, we're pretty embarrassed about that. We don't want to tell anybody about it. We may end up and walk it off. That's what Mr. Jack did. That's a very bad thing because eventually gangrene stubbed his toe, blood infection, amputated the toe, didn't stop the infection, amputated to his hip. 1911, 61 years old. He dealt with it for about 6 years. Eventually Jack died from complications, kicking that very safe that's right over there.
There's one more look at the safe and the story you just heard about it. But the moral of the story is, don't kick a safe and don't show up to work early. That's the moral of the story, right, Dad? We're going to head on to the tour here out of Jack Daniels' office. We have made it over to the bottling area. They're not working today, but we've been here before when A, these walls were down, and B, they were bottling. So.
All of our single products, cream whiskey, special whiskeys for the world get bottled here Monday through Friday. They're not here today due to the holiday, but if they were here today, you'd see around 30 folks or so around the assembly line, making sure labels are put on correctly and straight, making sure the glass is paid before it gets shipped worldwide. Used to be the bottling center for all of Jack, a little bit bigger, so we're making more whiskey. So again, the main bottling facility is 2 miles south of town here. The majority of the bottling takes place there. They're almost 24/7 down there. But all of our single products, cream whiskeys get bottled here Monday through Friday.
Going into the Barrel House. George Green Barrel House. It's one of the coolest places to go into right here. They also do tastings in here as well. And we are allowed to take photos and video, we were told in here. So real quick, I'm going to show you the Barrel House. Look at that. It just looks so amazing in here. I wish I could smell it in here. It smells like you're just in a Jack Daniels bottle, basically. But I'm going to squeeze on through here real quick. And this is the Barrel House. That room in front of us was the tasting rooms we've been to before. Today we're not doing any tastings. Really nice Barrel House in there. So that concludes our day in Lynchburg. Had an awesome day, awesome meal at Miss Mary Bobo's. It was cool going by the cemetery. The hardware store was cool. Hung out in the Squire lounge or Squire house for a while. Probably talked almost to our tour started, so we had to rush over to the tour. And thank y'all for joining us. The tour was great as always. We've done the Tri-County tour before. We've done the Angel Share tour. We've done the Flight of Jack Daniels tour. Those are both really great. The Angel Share is more like the Frank Sinatra, the Single Barrel Select, the Single Barrel, the 100 Proof, all those. Another one is like the Tennessee Fire, Tennessee Honey, maybe Green Label, maybe Black Label, Old Number 7. But those are also great tours. We do the dry tour a lot because it's free for Squire members. So you can book it online if you're a Squire member and come back here. And when you come here in person, check in and they refund your price, or you can just show up and they'll put you on a Dry County tour. Yeah, just a great tour. Thank you for joining us. I don't actually open these bottles. I just have a collection of bottles, something my grandfather did and I thought was really cool. And so I just bought cool bottles. So I got me a Jack Daniels Bonded bottle. I love the way that it has that embossed on the bottle right there and embossed on the back. It's really cool. And I won't actually open this. I'll just keep it in my bottle collection because I think it's really cool. And when you buy it here at the distillery, they give you this little wooden tag to it. It's a Jack Daniels Bonded wooden little thing here, established 1866. I just thought that was cool, just to add to my bottle collection right there. And yeah, no tax to the bottle shop there. So thank you again for joining us. And we're going to be coming back to Jack Daniels in the future. They have a Bonded tour, actually. That's a tour we haven't done yet. It's a 2-hour tour. I need to see some rooms that we've never seen before and some areas we haven't seen before. I think that one's $40 a person. But we also got to write our name on the wall in charcoal of all the tours we've done here, both the whiskey tasting ones and non-tasting ones. We'd never seen that room before, so that's pretty cool to write our name there. And with that being said, thank y'all again for joining us. Hope you enjoyed our day in Lynchburg. And the nerds are out.